All right, back. It's Tuesday. I think it might be 2 Tuesdays in a row. Maybe. No, it was Friday. Going to do a little more highlighting. Short video today again. Going to kind of catch up. Going to continue with some Warboss green mixed with some Skarsnik green. And head on over to there. And why is my chat not coming up? Maybe it is. Okay. So, wait for it. Where are you? I'll check. Testing everything. Everything looked good. Mic. Audio's working. Okay. Where's my Twitch app? Sorry, this is boring here in a minute. There it is. Finally came up. That's weird. Okay. All right. Let me see Twitch chat right away, because sometimes I'll miss it on that camera. But like I said, starting out with Warboss Green and some Lamia medium to begin with. Just gonna dab it on there. Still working with the Everlasting Wet Palette. I don't know. There's something about it. It just, the paint stays okay, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's me having to get used to it or I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's just something there that doesn't feel right. So I'm going to take a little bit from the other day, some of this green that was down here, mix a little bit in there. These highlights are going to be pretty drastic, so I'm going to dial them back just a bit with a little bit of Lamian. I forgot to clean out the little cups. Okay. Bumped the camera already once. Paintbrushes are rolling. Okay, 6 of them. Here's where we're headed. Those are the highlights from the other day. And again, I apologize for my crusty, dusty hands, but I'm working with clay right now at work. And it is a nightmare. So, oh well. Deal with it. So I'm just going to get some of that Skarsnik. I want to see how it looks. Again, thinking about where the light would fall. Maybe I shouldn't add coffee. Kind of hitting important areas. Ankles. Backs of the calves. Is that on screen? Yeah. It's almost too much of a step here. So I'll make sure it looks okay. Yeah. It usually takes me 1 or 2 to get out of these to get happy with where I'm putting the paint. This elbow. I'm going to grab some of that original, just War Boss green. Bring that down a little bit. Blend the two. That's how that's going to kind of work. That's too much water on my brush. So for here, I'm going to focus on the top of the ear, not so much the bottom. Why is that kind of weird shadow? I think it's the gain. Top of the nose. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with this right now. Some wash. I think I need a little bit of more War Boss in the mix. There. It just feels a little better. It's not quite as drastic. Yeah, that mix feels better. I'm probably going to add some blue to the lips. A little too much in a couple spots. I'm trying to blend it. Might have to go back with a little bit of wash later, which I didn't want to do, but it's almost so tiny that it's hard to pull it out. Okay, set that one to the side. This one will go a little better. That white. What happened on this ear? How did I miss that? Or did I? I think I missed it. It just doesn't look right. So that's how I'm doing them. I don't know. Something's not feeling right about them, but I'm hoping that changes here. And again, I am nowhere in terms of, I am not Mr. Pro Miniature Painter guy. I'm coming back at it from a very long hiatus. Just figured it'd be fun to try and stream some stuff, but man, we'll see. I tried to get in Adepticon. I totally forgot about registration, and so I'm on some waiting lists. I wanted to go to some seminars. It's actually on my spring break this year from work, so I'd actually be able to go to some of them, and I totally blew it and forgot. So we'll see. I doubt I'll get in. I doubt it. I think ready to move on. Okay, it's two. They look similar. Now we can tell the difference. Let's see. This one's been painted. This one, second round of highlights. There's a little bit of difference on this, you can tell. This one still needs them, so it's helping. It's bringing it out a little more, a little bit at a time. Slowly building it up. Oh, there's a piece of fuzz on there. Got it. This paint's getting kind of chalky at times, which I don't quite understand why. I don't like it either. So let me get some of this original darker. Gonna tap this color behind, kind of blend it forward, even though the wash. You can see, I don't know why that's so dark. Oh, that's my laptop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw a wash up behind that again, but I need to mix some more of this up. That's just the Waflesh with Warboss green. It's a little bit of Lamia medium. We'll come back. A little bit happier with the consistency there. It's not as chalky. So maybe it's just a matter of, I don't know, mixing these better. Thinking that little moon thing hanging there is an arm of some sort, but it's not. I think I was able to hide that mistake. Let's work on this hand, which is the worst in terms of difficulty of trying to get the highlights right. Coming back to that ear, top of the nose, top of the nostril. Cheekbones, on the mouth a little bit, big point part of the chin. On the lips, I'm probably going to go back and add a little bit of blue around those. Get this other ear. Yeah, it looks okay, I think. Yeah. Come on, focus. It's getting there. This foot looks a little weird. Add a little more on top. Yeah. It's much like a wash, but just kind of tying it all together. Okay. 3. 4 more. Nope. I'm sorry. 5 more. Can't count. Tired. Don't make fun. I'm liking these brushes so far. Can't wait to try them out a little more fun projects. Sorry, just saw it. Brushes are the Artist Opus series that was on Kickstarter. They came with the Kickstarter set came with, I'll pull off the set, 5 brushes, and it goes from 2, 1, 0, 00 to 000, and they're pretty nice so far. The Winsor Newton, they're not like Winsor Newton, they're like the Winsor Newton ones. So they're sable. They don't bring. I think I haven't had a problem with my Winsor Newton as much as the other one, but the Broken Toad ones, there's like a bad bristle in one of them, and it seems like they like bunch up on the end a little easier or separate out as much. These aren't doing that. They hold a ton of paint in there, so it makes it. I mean, I don't know if you can kind of see, but there's a ton of paint inside there, and it just comes out really easy. You don't have to go back as much to that palette. But yeah, they're Artist Opus. I think they're doing it. I think once they fulfilled all of the pre-orders and Kickstarter stuff, I think they're available. So if you look up, they have a site. They're pretty nice. But I mean, you can't go wrong with. I mean, even I really like the Broken Toad ones a lot too. Not so much that one, but where is it? I like this thick one that they have for doing some washes and things. I even got this fat one from Broken Toad. Things are falling. And that's a 2 with a flathead, Kolinsky Sable. This is a really nice brush. Can't go wrong with any of those. And I'm so used to airbrushing all the time that getting back into brushes is just, it's freeing in a way. After painting large scale model kits for so long with just airbrushes, I really like just tapping paint on. And I never really went to Michael's and bought crappy brushes or whatever, or a hobby store, and they just didn't do it. Yeah, the Broken Toad brushes I like. I think I just got a bad brush in the one. I don't know if I can show you. Hold on. Let me find it. It's because the rest of them are really good. It's the one I use the most, and it has a bristle that I dropped the brush. It has a bristle that I don't like. Or did I pull it out? I might have pulled it out because it didn't match the rest of them. It was like really dark, I think I did pull it out. And since I did pull it out, see how that kind of... I don't know if you can see that. We'll focus on that. No, I'm having a hard time. Oh, there. I mean, you get a good point with this. It's really... The broken toed ones are really good. But sometimes they start to do that more than some of the other ones where they separate. Which I haven't had that problem yet, but I haven't used the super... the 000 yet. This is their 000, and see that kind of... It'll do that. Come on. Is this the one that has the bad bristle? Maybe it's me. No, you see it in there? Looks like there's stuff on it, but it's a darker one, and it kind of sticks out weird when it gets paint on it. But I don't know. Broken toe ones are nice. Yeah, they split. But so far the new ones aren't doing that, and it's helping quite a bit. And they might have been I can't remember if I got them before I think they put out, they redid them. And I don't know if those are the second edition, basically. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but I think they might have improved some of it. But I really like Broken Toad. I think great. Some really cool miniatures they're putting out too once in a while. I feel like that cheekbone went wonky. And I don't feel like it was anything I did to those brushes. It kind of started that way. And I didn't order them from him directly. I got them at Adepticon, actually, one year. The guy had like a set of them. I think it was the guy that was selling them for him at Adepticon. But I like it most of the time. But I picked these up, and I'll probably be using these more. Plus, these have a little thicker handle. They feel a little nicer than these. They're shaped differently. You can tell that they're a little thicker here where you hold it, which is nice. Especially I'm getting older, my hands hurt all the time. It's 4. Halfway. I'm going to come back either tomorrow or I can't Friday. I'm out of town. But I'm going to add that final highlight in here and then move on to the rest of this. So something cool. Not saying that Grot Scuttlings aren't cool. But, feels like on some of them that you can see more of like the space above their eyes, which could totally be true, but or maybe it's just me seeing it funny. I missed that looks like a seam right down the center of their mouth, but there's no way I'm getting that out now. Just don't have it in me. Super excited after I finish this. I'm going up to watch the last episode of The Haunting of Hill House. That show is fantastic. Might be one of the best things I've seen in a very long time. I think before, let me... That one. Put some more Lamy and medium in there. Come back, this almost has two. Yeah, that's fixed. Just went over some of those shadows again. Keep it in that jawline, the joy line. Hey, is the mic okay? If you could just answer me. This is my first. I need to get. You can hear me. If it's fuzzy or sounds terrible. Okay, thank you. The first person I've been able to ask since I replaced the old one. Got on some Black Friday deal. Figured because I was just using the mic on the camera before, and when I realized I'd have to be moving the camera sometimes, like that's not going to work. So I was like, oh, might as well try it. Okay. Did I do this side? I don't remember. Compare two from different batches. This one. I almost feel like I don't have enough of the War Boss in there. Cool thing, the brushes came with this little soap, like the other brush soap I use. It's actually like I have back to Broken Toad. The Broken Toad brush soap, and then the standard. This is still the best, I think, by far. But this is pretty good. It's a nice little dish. This fits in the set for traveling around. I always thought brush soap was a ridiculous thing for the longest time. And I finally tried it, like maybe like 10 years ago. And I cannot believe the difference it made in keeping brushes alive. Yeah, you can get this stuff, just pick up a thing of it at Michael's or some other hobby store or craft store. You just let you don't even have to do anything. You just run your brushes in there, scrub it around, let it sit overnight, and it cleans everything out so nice. It's ridiculous, and it keeps. I used to be going through brushes like you said, the cheap ones, like just cheap hobby store brushes or cheaper art store brushes, and I'd be buying new brushes every couple months. And there's brushes that I haven't gotten rid of in a couple of years now. Some of those older ones, but since I started buying even the more expensive brushes, since I've started leaning away from my airbrush, it just has made a huge difference. Okay, 2 more. And I'm so impressed with myself. I think I got on here, I think it was last Tuesday, and then Friday, and now today. And now I got paint in the eyeball. I'm terrible at it too. What I started making myself do is I use one brush that I use to scoop paint out all the time, and then I switch over to another one. But I always get paint in the ferrule all the time. Terrible at it too, especially at work. I don't even care. I tell the kids not to do it, but I'm like, it's a cheap 2-cent brush. But yeah, it's one of those things. I think once you buy some expensive ones, you kind of force yourself to be good with them and not treat them like crap. And then there's something actually I find therapeutic about cleaning my brushes afterwards. That it becomes sort of a ritual almost of making sure things are clean and ready to go for the next time. Almost. But yeah, these so far I'm liking quite a bit. How does this feel? Not the same. It's close. I'm gonna get. I keep missing this side of the nose. The knuckles. Do that more in the final pass. Okay. Nice tap on the ears and then one more. Just at the tops of the ears. Focus. Okay, one more. Oh, I don't want to mix new paint just for one thing. Fiber. It's kind of because I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here. The palette. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I'm going to fix those knuckles later with a wash, I think. Just do that final highlight and then just drop a wash on them. So they stand out a little better. Yeah, so maybe I'll wait. We're going to throw some on some of the faces to make sure. Just wait till the end. Chin. Nice cabo pointy chin. Tops of the hands. And that's going to about do it for today. Yeah. I'm trying to get on tomorrow for a bit, actually. Finish up a little more of these. I'd love to be able to finish these the next few days. Get them out of there. Not much more to do, actually. The skin's probably going to be the hardest part. That spider web's going to suck. The spider web that's on their butts is not going to be fun. Let me just do a quick cast to make sure they're looking okay. Won't clean the brush yet. Yeah, let's see. They match? Sorry. Close enough. So I think what I'll do, yeah, might as well. The Beal Tan Green this time, just on some of their faces, it feels like. No, that's too blue. That's not what I want. I'll go back to the other one. Yeah, nope. Not what I want. Thought that would look better. Alright. Sorry. That's too blue-green bright. So I don't get tempted by it again. Back to Camo Shade. So just same thing. I'm going to tap around his eyes for a second. Not even going to thin it down. I'm just going to put in there. Yeah. It's a little bit this time. I got a little. This is just straight out of the pocket. I'm gonna get those eyes. Say a little bit more base to contrast. I think I'm just gonna do them straight red. Let them darken in around it. I'm gonna knock that. Oh, that would have sucked. Just kind of hitting the eye sockets. Teeth. Mouth. I'm gonna do. I haven't thought about teeth yet. Teeth. Probably do some. Don't worry about it. But so that's that. More worried about eye sockets than mouths. This one will pop later on. Yeah, this is the one I feel like I screwed up on. So I'm going to do a little more on that. See the difference. When it dries, it's going to look a little bit better. Two more. So there we go. Yeah, tomorrow if I'm on, it'll be a little bit earlier for sure. and I'll just archive. It'll be up there, so watch it. You can watch it on here on YouTube. I gotta go back and rename some videos, but they'll be there, so you can kind of stream all together. I'm in the process of figuring out if I want to edit videos, redo them on YouTube, and take these streams and edit them down, which I probably will. It's just a lot of work that I don't have time for. I didn't realize how much time this would take. I'm so used to watching movies and stuff when I was painting, and now to have to sit here and quiet so you don't get flagged. Ugh. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I'll be on. Thanks. Seriously, thank you. I appreciate it. And let's see, tomorrow or the next day, just a little bit more of this for highlighting skin, blend it out, and moving on. I want to get these over with and done. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Have a good night.